What's up, everybody? This is Fred Ricciani of TSC News right here on MNN. We are here to give you guys a special look at the Bellator MMA pay-per-view, Bellator NYC. It took place June 24th at Madison Square Garden, Bellator's NYC debut, and it was headlined by Chael Sonnen grinding a decision victory over his rival Wanderlei Silva. Naaman Gracie defeating Dave Marfone via submission. Matt Mitrione, the heavyweight journeyman, stunning the legend Fedor Emelianenko in round number 1 via TKO. Brent Primus, a relative unknown to the masses, defeating Michael Chandler via TKO doctor stoppage to become the new Bellator lightweight champion due to some freak ankle injury. We also had Zach Freeman, the 8-2 fighter, stun the debuting Aaron Pico, the wrestling standout, in just 24 seconds via submission. And to round out the main card, we had Douglas Lima overcome the tough UFC veteran Lorenz Larkin to retain his welterweight title via unanimous decision. But there wasn't just action on the pay-per-view. We had a Spike TV and Spike.com portion of the card that brought a whole lot of heat. So let's get to our first interview of the night with the new Bellator light heavyweight champion, Ryan Bader.
Yeah, just a bunch of relief. You know, I never got a shot to fight for a belt in any organization. You know, I've had these accolades in wrestling and even in football, collegiate wrestling. Then I go into mixed martial arts and I fight these local shows, but I only fight one time and move on to the next one. I win the Ultimate Fighter and then go to the UFC, never got an opportunity there. So to come in here, my first fight, you know, there's definitely a little, you know, fighting in a different promotion, your first fight. I wouldn't say there's kind of jitters, but you're new to the whole thing, and you go, you don't know what to expect. I've never stepped foot in a Bellator cage before. I didn't know what the canvas felt like. I didn't know a lot of things, and so to be able to come out here and beat a top 2, top 3 guy in the world, you know, he's an awkward guy. He's hard to fight. That's why he wins way more than he loses here, and he was a champion, you know. And so to take this away, though, it's just a lifetime work.
And were you worried at all when it went to the judges' scorecards that maybe they wouldn't read your name at the end just because it was a close fight?
You always are, you know, in those split decisions. But, you know, if you look at his face and the damage I was doing, he's just a weird, awkward guy to fight. If you ask anybody, he's hard to track down. He doesn't move the way you think he's going to move. He's all over the place. You know, every time I was thinking about throwing a right hand, you know, I could feel he's trying to slip underneath it and try to take me down, you know. So the fight didn't necessarily go how I wanted to go. You know, I wanted to come in and make a huge statement, but, you know, how many guys beat Phil Davis, you know, and I beat him twice, and then this time for a belt.
What do you think the judges saw there that gave you the win over him?
Just connecting more, you know, and like I said, if you look at his face, you know, you can tell where the damage was done. He was moving a lot more, moving around the cage, and you know, I got a takedown, you know, just stuff like that. I just feel like I landed more power punches. My jab was working, you know, and he did a great job, you know. But he just moves a lot, moves awkwardly, and so he's hard to track down. You know, and some people see that as winning the fight, but you got to look at the punches landed and takedowns landed and whatnot.
When the crowd's booing and stuff there, you're having some flashbacks of Sweden?
You know, it's not Phil Davis, him. It's just a combination of he's such an awkward guy to fight, you know, and it's hard to track down, you know, and you think he's going to move a certain way and he doesn't. He moves the opposite way. You know, and so, you know, he's one of the best in the world for a reason. He held his belt for a reason. You came in here, stormed in Bellator, won the tournament, won the belt, you know, and so, you know, I come in here fresh, my first fight, and it's for the title. You know, there's a lot of pressure on me for that. And like I said, I never even stepped foot in the Bellator cage, you know, and so I get in there and I'm trying to feel how it feels. You know, it's a little different in the UFC cage and whatnot. And so I was trying to take it all in and process all that while fighting for a world title, you know, but like I said, just got the job done. Go out there, look better next time, have a dominating performance next time. I went out there and beat the best guy in this division, you know, besides me, obviously, and now we get to go and, you know, clean out the division. We'll have this belt for a long time.
Ryan, how much did it help, though, that you had faced me before, that you were used to maybe his weird takedowns, his weird strikes, but it's basically, you knew what you were going to face. It wasn't like a shock.
Yeah, and that was part of it. You know, and you make what Phil Davis is very, very good at is one mistake costs you the fight. You know, one mistake, one slip takedown, one slip kick. You know, you kick at the wrong time, you throw your right hand at the wrong time. That's what I was kind of feeling. I feel like he was waiting for that big right hand and he's come underneath it. That's how he beats everybody. You make a mistake and then he drowns you, you know? So, like I said, it's not the most exciting fight how I want to go, you know, come out and knockout win, jump on the cage and help pull my belt up. But, you know, I got it done and I'm sure I'm going to see him again. You know, like I said, I believe he's the toughest guy in the division.
Do you want to see him again?
Yeah. We've seen each other, you know, he beat me in wrestling, you know, and then we come out and I beat him in 2 MMA fights, you know, and we're going to be competing at our whole life. We'll probably see each other in the senior league of jiu-jitsu or something, you know. But he's a great dude. I respect the hell out of him. So it's an honor to get in there and fight him. And to come away with this belt against a guy like that makes it that much sweeter.
Who is next? Is it going to be King Mo? Is it going to be Linton Vassell? There's a lot of guys really making a case for a title shot.
You know, I don't know. You know, and I don't know how Bellator, like I said, I'm the new guy here. You know, I don't know how they like to set up their title shots. You know, I just came in. I came into Bellator. I signed with them. One track mind. I'm going to go in there and train my butt off and go win this title, right? And so I haven't really, you know, been in the ins and outs yet. It doesn't matter. You know, Linton Vassell, is that Vassell? He was tweeting at me before he even signed with Bellator, you know. So there's a little history there, so I wouldn't mind fighting him. But then again, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing these big fights. What happens if Silva goes out there and looks like a freaking animal? Yeah. I wouldn't mind fighting him or a legend, you know, a guy like that. You know, I don't know how they you know, put those fights together. So I'm open to whatever. Like I said, I beat the toughest guy in the division already.
Ryan, I got to ask, you know, Tito says he's retired. Would you want that fight? Would you want revenge?
I would love it. Listen, I'm not a shit talking guy. You know, I respect everybody in the sport. But if I have to hear that name and Tito, you know, you're pretty good, but you lost to Tito Ortiz back in 1994. You know, that one I would like to get. If there's one fight I would like to get back and do that one for sure. And I would love to fight him in Bellator. I put the belt on the line and everything if he wants to come in, you know. But that fight intrigues me too. I don't see. That's why I don't know their thought process of where they want to go.
Any bumps and bruises in this fight? When do you want to get back in the cage?
Yeah, I mean, I checked a couple kicks and I was kicking hard on with my left leg when I was southpaw, so I'm a little swollen and whatnot. But I think it's all superficial. I feel good. Doesn't matter, you know. I'm going to stay active. I'm going to be an active champion, and I want to fight my whole contract out, sign a new one, stay in the champ, and retire as a champ.
And how's this experience, you know, differed from the UFC as far as the fight week and everything else leading up to?
Man, it's been so cool and refreshing. Everybody's been so positive. You know, treated with respect everywhere we go, and you know that's the biggest thing I've kind of found out. You know, is a respect factor, and if you get it, you know, you give it back too. And so to stand up here, you know, it's just been an honor to go through this. You know, like I said, I got thrown in here, Madison Square Garden, even the biggest fight they ever had for a title fight. You know, and so I just kept my head down, did my work, and you know, went out there and did my thing, got the belt, and then now I look to be, you know, I got that fight underneath my belt. Now I look to really open up and come into my own. You know, just kind of testing the waters, even though I have the belt up here.
The state of Arizona has produced a decent line of champions, and now you're the latest one. What kind of satisfaction do you take knowing that you're bringing that belt back to your home state?
Yeah, you know, I competed there. You know, I wrestled there at Arizona State University. We got a ton of great guys. You know, we got a great team there. We got guys coming up and fighting, you know, this next month, Susie Dalloway, you know, Henning Barao. We're building a good team in Arizona. And the rest of the guys, you know, the Benson Hendersons, you know, in Arizona, been around forever. And so it's a hotbed of MMA that's kind of flies under the radar, and we have tons of support. So to bring this belt back to them is going to be, it'll be a big deal.
Last one, guys.
How much pressure was it you on this fight because you were the big free agent, you have a new contract, you were tweeting out about new sponsors, Madison Square Garden title. Going into this week, was there more pressure on this fight than any fight in your career?
Yeah, I tried not to think about it and tried not to, you know, I tried to just keep it out of my head, you know. But like I said, being a new guy and not knowing what the canvas feels like, that's a pretty big deal if you ever been in there, you know, and not knowing what fight week is like. Luckily, it was kind of routine for me. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure, and coming in here and you're fighting for the title, where does it go from there? It's only go down, you know, if you lose. And so luckily came out here, have the belt, and now it's just time to, now that I know what it's all about, time to really shine.
James, congratulations on the win. Could that have gone any better for you? Big stage, first round submission. Is that sort of how you wanted it? Felt like it was going to play out?
Yeah, I could have went a lot better. I got hit a few shots and well, maybe one grazed me, but it wasn't that much. But I made a few mistakes in there that I want to go back and work on. But now it's unbelievable getting a win. I'm 20 years old, fighting one of the most exotic venues in the world, and just to think Muhammad Ali being up here, do you know what I mean? And Mike Tyson and all these guys, and I just feel like I'm following the footstep of the greats. And it just felt right. So it did. I've been working towards this since I've been 13 years old. I had my first fight in St. Pat's Hall in Strabane, and the little hall wasn't bigger than this place here. And now I'm fighting the biggest, you know what I mean? I'm on the biggest shows and the biggest arenas, and I'm getting the wins. And not only am I getting wins, I'm making statements. Do you know what I mean? I'm making statements, putting these guys away, and I just feel on top of the world. I feel motivated. I feel hungry to go and get more wins and more success and become one of the greatest. That's what it done for me. When I win and I ran and jumped on top of the cage, I wasn't celebrating. So I just took a look around, and I heard all the people from my hometown that flew all the way over, and all the rest of the Irish American people that came out to support me and paid all the money to come, who have worked hard in their jobs to just be able to save up and pay the money to come all the way over here and support me. And I looked around and I heard them all singing and cheering for me, and I just took it all in, and I've used it as motivation to get back to the gym and win more fights and become one of the greatest ever of all time.
Is there anything about him that surprised you at all in the fight?
Yeah, I thought he would have been more of a elusive on the feet, to be honest. I thought he would have been more trickier and stuff, but I feel that I've put a lot of pressure on him from the start. I don't think he was expecting me to be as confident on the feet as I was. And I went in and I cracked him a shot, and I split him with the first shot I hit him with, and it wobbled him, he rocked him. And I think he was thinking, I'm meant to be the karate guy here, but you know what I mean, and this young kid's in my face put me on, but you have to take the hats off to the man. He's been doing martial arts longer than I'm born, and that's why I got up at the end and I bowed to him and his brother, and I showed my respect to him and showed the respect it deserved, and thank him for stepping in there with me and giving me that opportunity to show everyone of what I'm capable of. Not only everyone else, but everyone from my hometown, to show them that I'm going all the way and carrying the name of my hometown of Strabane with me. And it's a proud moment for me, and I just wanted to show my respect to him, and that's why I bought it for him, and I'm feeling hungry and motivated.
James,
how important is it to show?
Sorry. No, just said, did you have to see Patricio's response to you?
No.
He said, I'll fight you in Croke Park, bring your daddy, the notorious MMA, to see you get beat up in the front row.
Yeah, tell him to come along, try it. Bring his belt with him because I'm going to take it.
What do you think that says, though, that you're 20 years old, 7 fights, and the champion is,
Exactly.
saying that?
Do you know what I mean? They all know I'm coming. They all know I'm coming, and it's only a matter of time. I'm young, I'm hungry, I've got everything. I've got the team behind me, I've got the family to support me. I've got that motivation like no one else. All these guys are on their way out, and I'm only getting started. And everyone, I keep hearing everyone saying, I'm the new era of the young guys coming up, but I'm not. I kind of get offended when I hear that, because I'm a break off from that. Every one of the new era is on this path, and I'm going this way. I'm different. I'm not the same as anyone in here. I swear to God, when I'm in there, I feel like he could have stood in my face, he could be stamping on my face, and I'll get up and I'll laugh at him and look at him and tell him, is that all he's got? They're a different breed. I'm the BT82 breed, as I call myself. I'm from Strabane, and they don't make them like me.
James, how important is it to show that Irish fighters can grapple too?
Yeah, they all know I can grapple. I finish every one of my fights by the chokes, and I tell them what I'm going to do. They all know, they just gotta believe me.
James, were you surprised that you were able to literally pass mount on a guy who he knows his BJJ, he knows his wrestling, and yet you were able to quickly transition within seconds?
No, I wasn't. That's what I expected. So it is, I've worked for this. I've put in the work in the gym. I know what I'm capable of. My team know what I'm capable of. I was prepared. More prepared than ever. I had that mindset. I expected myself to go in there, put the pressure on the feet, take him down, bust him up with elbows, and choke him. If you listen to what I said all week, it's exactly how it played out. I told you so. I would go in and put that pressure on the feet, and he would be shocked at the pressure and get frustrated at the pressure that I was putting on the feet, that it would open up the takedown. And it did. And I told you so. I will go down, pass his guard, elbow him on the face, and then I'll take his back and choke him.
James, usually when people fight the Machida brothers, it's a lot of respect, and you show them respect afterwards. But beforehand, for the introductions, you walked right up into his face, you stared down. Do you feel like you're broken a little bit milky beforehand?
I don't know. He's a veteran in the game, you know what I mean? He's been doing martial arts, as I say, for longer than I'm born. I'm sure he's seen this before, do you know what I mean? He's seen people trying to get underneath his skin. But I said it in the interviews that I don't know if I'm going to get underneath his skin, but I'm hell of a sure that I'm going to get underneath his chin. I said that in the interviews and I went and done it. But do you know what I mean? When I got into this game, and I watched the different fights and stuff, and I came from a Shotokan karate background with my uncle Kevin. He started me into karate when I was younger, and then he moved into MMA, so I followed along as well. And we were big fans of the Machidas. Do you know what I mean? They were karate legends, and Leo Machida was an idol of mine. Growing up, for a long time, he was a style that I kind of tried to do because he was killing everyone with this karate style. And coming from a karate background, this is what I wanted to do. So I did, and then I evolved as well, and I just got better.
Earlier today, Mac Life posted a video of you and Conor talking before the big score, and he said the time will come. Do you feel like this is that moment?
Yes and no. I feel like 100% that was my moment. But I'm only getting started. I'm 20 years old. So I'm not even 21 yet. I can't even go to the pub and drink tonight here. Do you know what I mean? See these guys are where I'm still a kid, but I'm going in here and beating all these grown men, and I feel motivated. I'm hungry.
James, big question here. Everybody, critics will say, "Oh, you're basically Conor McGregor wannabe," but all this. How do you make it so that you're your own man, but you can take maybe the best of Conor and put it into your style?
Well, Conor knocks everyone out with a straight left hand. I take everyone down and choke them with rear neck chokes. That's nothing like Conor. So it does, but being compared to one of the greatest fighters of all time, the greatest fighter in history, the one that's going to knock Floyd Mayweather out cold, I'll take that all day long.
James, after the experience tonight, do you want to fight over here again soon?
100%.
He plans to fight in Boston.
I love to fight in Boston, so I'm hungry. I'm going back to the gym. That's what I'm focused on. That's a bit much. But I'm hungry. I go back to the gym. I'm not thinking about anything else but fixing my mistakes from tonight. I'm moving on with my career. I'm young. I've got time. I've got everything. I've got the mindset. I've got the skill set. I've got the youth. I've got everything to be the greatest fighter of all time, and that's exactly what I'm going to be.
How are you going to celebrate tonight?
Well, I would if I could, but I can't. They won't let me into anywhere, so I guess I'm just going to go back to the hotel with my family, and my mother and my girlfriend's here, and I'm going to go and celebrate with them and my coach and all my family that came over and everyone that supported me. We're going to go back to my hotel and chill and take this proud moment in for my town of Strabane, and the only fighter from there that would do anything like this. And then I can't wait to get home tomorrow and see my dad, and he's got the fry on waiting for me. Thanks very much, boys. I really appreciate it, and it's an honor to be here. Thanks very much.
In boxing, it takes me usually like a round to get loose, but I have 10. So you forget that round that took me to get loose. With this one, we only have 3. So distance, timing, I mean, everything from smaller gloves, just took me a little bit.
Were you worried at all you weren't going to get the finish in the fight? It came late, but obviously you were definitely pushing for it.
I really wasn't pushing for it until I saw that I had it. I knew when I had it, and that's when you saw me really push for it. I was trying to keep the pressure on her and like wear her down a little bit, so I wasn't thinking of the finish, but knowing that I could get it.
How are the jitters in there? You've been on this big stage before, but you know, Madison Square Garden and MMA debut, it's a pretty big deal.
It's funny, like when you walk in there, whether it's the ring or the cage, you only see the other girl. You know, you don't notice that you're in the garden or I'm fighting on my mom's corner. So it's all the same things. It really was just a matter of adjusting to the fight itself, not really jitters as much as getting the job done.
Are you happy with your performance?
I'm so happy right now. I didn't even care that I have stitches in my face. I'm so happy right now.
How many stitches?
I think 7. That makes 27.
Total? Have you ever had a fight like that?
Yes, in a couple of years ago at the Barclays Center.
Okay. When you say you're so happy, I can also notice your eyes start to get a little watery. Can you just kind of explain, describe the emotion?
It's like one of those times when I just worked so hard. And now I could say I did it too, you know? Like a lot of people thought like I couldn't do it, or I wouldn't do it. I did.
So when it's the third round, you have blood streaming down your face. What's going through your head when you're about to get back in?
Oh my God, I'm telling the ref, I'm like, it was a headbutt, don't you dare stop this fight. He was like, I know how to relax. I still wanted to finish, so I just was focused on, you know, just let me get back at her. And as soon as the doctor said she's fine, let her go, I knew that I had to go to the walls. Can I say that?
Heather, for years I know you've been struggling with, you know, not doing boxing, doing mixed martial arts, now that you've been on TV, now that it seems fans are taking to you. Are we going to see repeat performances? Are there going to be more fights in Bellator for you?
I think I just fell in love, guys. I'm hooked.
And you said earlier in the week that COVID and MMA are treated much better than boxing. Is this kind of a way for you to kind of showcase the show of boxing, that you can make the jump to MMA and be treated better?
No, it's not for me to show other women that they can make the jump. It's for me to show the boxing executives that women can fight and women belong on the big stage. And if I was 20-0 in boxing and 0-0 in MMA and I have this opportunity here, look what they missed out on. Right?
How did this whole experience, you know, with the Bellator event and everything compare to, you know, some of the events you've been with in boxing? Because this was the biggest event in Bellator.
This is a tremendous event. I would never say that any other boxing match I had wasn't tremendous, because for me, it's not really the event. It's the fight. It's getting through this one. So I can't say that I've had the most important fight or the biggest fight of my career, because either one is still me and the girl, whether it's my mom's backyard or Madison Square Garden. Not the actual backyard.
Close enough to it?
But you know what I'm saying.
And when you say that you're hooked, that you fall in love, does that mean you may leave boxing now?
I will never leave boxing. There are still girls I want to fight in boxing, so I mean that's not something that I plan on walking away from. But now I'm already like, Daniel, can I take a gi class on Tuesday? When can I come back? I can't wait to practice some new stuff and keep learning. I remember filming this when I won the Golden Gloves here. That it was just like I couldn't wait to get back in the gym the next day and learn more stuff. And now I'm like, teach me more tricks.
Did you have a multi-fight deal with Bellator?
We did. However, because I'm gonna be like co-promoted, like that doesn't happen. It's never happened where a boxing promoter and an MMA promoter has an athlete that's active in both. So there were like strings attached and stuff, but I'm loyal to Bellator right now.
So you expect to fight for Bellator again?
Yeah.
When do you want to fight again?
You know, I think it's like, when does the best opportunity present itself, whether it's boxing or MMA? Give me something good, and I'll be ready to fight. Like, I'm literally always ready to fight.
Do you feel like this has helped your boxing career in the sense that now this whole other audience knows who you are? Do you feel like you're more famous as a combat sports woman?
I hope so. I hope that I proved today, all the people who thought that I was just doing this for publicity or just doing this for attention, that I can really fight. And I think that inside those 3 rounds you just saw, I can fight. I will throw down. We going toe to toe is fine. So, I forgot the question, but I hope that answers the question.
How are you going to celebrate tonight? Obviously, a great victory for you.
Oh my gosh, I want to shout at J-Mo so bad. I think I earned it.
Were you surprised that she didn't try to take you down, try to wrestle you, that she basically didn't want to do a brawl with you?
She did try to take me down, but right? And I was like, not today.
One or two more, guys.
How active would you like to be going forward?
As active as I can be. Like I said, I want to take the fights that make sense. Fights maybe people want to see, places people want to see me fight. I'm open to talk, whether it's boxing or MMA.
Do you have a preference as to either one, or is it just a matter of what makes most sense?
Let's do whatever makes sense. I like to fight, so.
What's the next aspect of your fight game that you want to improve on before your next fight?
I don't know. There's always room for improvement, right? There's even room for improvement in my boxing. So I'm looking to really go to the coaches and see what they tell me it's time to work on.
How hard were those knees to the gut?
They weren't.
Just might be,
I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm sorry. That sounded so awful. They weren't.
Just out of curiosity, seeing you there for the first time and seeing you have two dad connection with boxing and MMA. Now, let's say, and I know it's the opposite, but when Connor goes into boxing, is he in for a rude awakening? Is it drastically different now that you've done, the boxing film?
It is 100% different. These are two different sports. Boxing for boxing and boxing for MMA are not the same things. They're not the same things, I promise you.
So what did you have to do differently in there in terms of your striking?
Well, it's not really a matter of in terms of striking. It's like thinking about you step in with a jab and your front leg is really exposed because all the weight is on it. For either someone to kick it or come and take it out. I mean, so your jabbing is different, whereas in boxing you can really commit to a jab. I mean, it's like boring stuff, but it's really stuff. You have ropes, the ropes give you an extra couple inches and get out of the way of a punch, where a cage is kind of like, to a boxer like me, like a brick wall. I mean, does Mayweather have a chance with Conor in the cage? Hell no. We all know that, but that's not what we're talking about. So, not talking about who's a better fighter. Just that boxing for boxing is different than boxing for MMA.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that special look at Bellator NYC. We had one hell of a time. Good, bad, a little bit of everything in between. Overall, it was definitely an eventful pay-per-view. You want more? Log on to youtube.com/thesportscourier and click that subscribe button to get all our latest updates. Of course, you can check us out every single week right here at MNN2. Until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the fights.